I'm gonna spend the next 14 days making a portfolio so I can apply to an anime convention called Otakon. Come along for the ride. Around June of last year, I went to this anime convention called Otakon, and they have this beautiful, lovely, very large artist alley. Now, me being an artist, I go around there looking and I'm like, girl, I can draw. Like, why don't I just apply? Little me from a year ago, filled to the brim with motivation and newfound desire to achieve a goal, I set out to do this one thing and then proceeded to procrastinate for 6 entire months. In order to get accepted into this convention, I have a couple of goals that are going to help guide me along my 14-day-long journey. First, to lay down some rules. Deadlines for the application open March 7th. However, they usually close early due to a large number of applicants, so I gotta pretend like the deadline is March 7th. Inside my portfolio, I need 20 unique art pieces. At least 50% of it has to be original work and not fan work. I need to be able to document all of the work that I make digitally prior to the actual application deadline. I also need to maintain above 75% for all of my grades in my classes so that I don't fail them. And my final goal is that I need to submit the application. Now, tonight I can't do any artwork, but I will be studying for my classes because they're kind of important. But I think because spring break is coming up, that's really gonna help me catch up on this process. I also forgot, there's a lot of crochet guys I've saved up. And so I think worst case scenario, these guys are gonna be bulking the portfolio. So I'll see you in the next day that I get to work. I had to add a couple extra rules, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been rough. Okay, let's go down the list of things that I'm banned from doing this week because I can't get distracted. No more playing Wizard 101, you freak. Okay, rule number 1 is done. Rule number 2, no more playing Baldur's Gate 3 or any other kind of adjacent game where you can do any kind of fighting or any romancing of any characters because you can't deal with that right now and it's gonna take hours of your time and eat them. The third rule is even if you buy Persona 3 Reload, you cannot play it. It's currently the 25th of February, so I thought I would take you through some of my process for creating drawings recently.
So phase 1 of creating my artwork is really the brainstorming phase. This is when I go on Pinterest, I look up pictures, and I do sketches of these characters in situations they've already been in to get kind of a better feel for the character themselves and how I'm going to draw them, even if I don't feel comfortable drawing them already. Afterwards, I go on to the thumbnail sketch stage where I really just kind of brainstorm what exactly I want to convey with my image and kind of see how the visual synergy is going to work out when I actually start drawing this in more like permanent fashion than pencil. And this is the whole time looking up Pinterest and like inspiration pictures, as you can see me using the mouse like a fiend. After this, I draw some guidelines to kind of see if I'm following some rules of proportion and just following good synergy on the page. And then I'm also sketching out my little rough draft sketch of my final piece. And I'm doing this one on watercolor paper so that I can paint it with watercolor later. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So here's what it looks like when I finish the sketch, and the camera won't focus, but that's fine, it's fine. Because it's a watercolor drawing, I then erase everything with a kneadable eraser, just leaving some impressions of what's going on left over. Especially since I'm a heavy-handed person, I'm leaving marks in the paper that will not come out. So it leaves a good guideline behind that I can use to paint on top of. As you can see here, I'm doing the skin, and then I'm doing the clothing, and redrawing anything that I might not be happy with in the moment. And once again, using many, many reference pictures because they're important.
Hi guys, I'm checking in after it's been about 6 days, a day before the leap year day in February, by the way, so that's exciting, but there are a couple updates on my progress. So I showed you guys my time-lapse for the Junpei and Itadori fan art, and I'm gonna be real with you, I think I'm gonna finish it in Procreate and then make prints out of it, because I was doing like a wash over the back in red, and it just wasn't giving the right vibe that I wanted, and I think it's gonna take a less long amount of time, and it might have a more interesting effect in Procreate, so I'm gonna do that. I also started working on this Full Metal Alchemist piece, which is super exciting. I also started making these bees. To update you all on how the portfolio is going, it's coming along. I have 11 pieces in there currently. Some of them are work in progresses, so I need to make 9 pieces by the end of the week, or find something that I made in the past that I think is good enough to put in the portfolio. Today alone, I've spent 3 hours and 48 minutes on my phone. 2 or more hours of that was in the morning when either I couldn't get to bed, and then also after I finally got to bed, and then the thunder woke me up and I didn't want to go back to sleep, I spent time on my phone. So I'm gonna have to make my app timer restrict more, because there's no way for me to finish. I could finish a piece in 4 hours. Genuinely. So, like, I don't know why I do this to myself. It was easy. I was like, no more Minecraft, no more Baldur's Gate, no more Wizard 101. You're golden. You're fine. But then I turned to other outlets, like Genshin Impact and Monster High New Ghoul in School. I'll catch you guys again when something interesting happens. I've been making stuff all week. And after I glue the mouth on this whalmer, I'll have 4 pieces left. But I'm gonna take a small break from crafting so that I can put on my big boy pants and make an actual portfolio for myself to apply to big boy jobs. So, we'll see how that goes. We're on our final day! It's currently the 6th at 10:30 a.m. A lot of things have happened since we last spoke. I did a couple more pieces, mostly pink, because I mixed too much pink, and I thought, let's make good use of that. I also have been trying to do some thumbnail sketches. I also been working on crocheting my original pieces and seeing if I could make a pattern instead of just doing other people's patterns. And so we have a Whalmer who I think is adorable. He's a little bit stressed out, but that's fine. We also have the beginnings of a Tangy. Do you guys see the vision? Is the vision visioning? Because I don't think it's 2020, but it's definitely seeing something, right? And also, I spent the majority of last night, I spent 3 hours last night rewatching the latter end of of Jujutsu Kaisen. And so what that told me is that I'm getting a little bit burnt out. Just a little bit burnt out, a little bit tired, a little bit worn down. And it's also telling me that I need to spend time productive in other ways so that I feel good about myself. So that I'm gonna work out today, because I have been so sedentary this week. I have been so unbelievably doing nothing, and worn down, and it's bad. It's bad. I'm just going insane, and there's paint on my hands, and I can't deal with it anymore. So I'm gonna work out for an hour. I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna work on my drawings.
Now, while me from the past does that, I'm going to describe my portfolio to you.
Starting out the gallery, our first 3 pictures are a bunch of cats. This might be subject to change. Technically, I do have more than required in my portfolio, but I just wanted to mention, like, these 3 first pictures are projects that I did prior to this week. I think the monkey was 2, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. So that's like 4 already. Then we have these this bust shot, and then 3 character bodies. So those were all done in the past. Those were actually, most of them were art trades, and the middle one was like a personal project. But it's not like a fully rendered piece. It's just something I thought would display my skill in the human figure. All 4 pieces below that were done this week. I kind of thought it would be cute to create like a little like milk series or like food treat goodie series. So I did end up editing the original one, which is in pink, in Photoshop to make it like a banana flavor, because I thought there's no sense in redrawing it if it's just going to be the same image. And I thought, oh, maybe it's cute to make like stickers out of it, but I think I'm going to make the banana one lighter because I don't really like how it came out. The one below that is a past project as well. Those are OCs of mine, and I think they're just adorable. So I added them in, but I was also like, sometimes like, you know, when you're drawing your OCs and you go into the flow state and you're like, this is a little bit suggestive. I don't know if this should see the light of day. It was one of those moments. So it used to be like a whole panel and it was cute, but also the hands were kind of messed up, so I chose like a section of the panel that I thought was really cute. If we go below that is where I put my fan work, and not all of it is like print ready. A lot of it is just kind of displaying what I am capable of doing, because I don't really have a lot of finished fan pieces. But then again, this convention is going to take place in like 4 to 5 months from now. Like, I thought it was important to show them something that I might be able to print and sell, and finished products that people can consume, because that's kind of what the whole convention is about, is selling your products to a wider audience that likes anime. But I thought, well, if I also show a range of my capabilities, then it'll likely that they identify me as someone that they might want to vend at the convention, if that makes sense. And also the whole time conforming to these rules that they set, right? Because it's not, for this convention, it's juried and then put to random lottery. Spending an hour today working out. I'm gonna try and continue working on more pieces. Hopefully, actually, I might try and finish Tangy, because I think more physical objects that you can hold in your hands makes it feel like a business where you actually sell like physical goods. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. And I have a good ratio of fan art to not fan art, and if I want to bring those numbers up, bam, Animal Crossing.
A few moments later.
Working on this for so goddamn long. It's been like 9 hours today. I've been working on him since 2 p.m. Earlier than 2 p.m. I had his head already made. You saw it earlier. 2 p.m. this guy. It's 11:08 p.m. The day before the deadline. I have 10 hours until the submission for the application opens. Help me. Look at Tangy. She's so cute. And don't look up her skirt, you freak. She doesn't have arms yet, or her necktie. But she is so very near and dear to my heart. She's baby. Don't look at the back of her head. She was dropped as a child. What's wrong with you? Why are you staring at it? Probably gonna pull an all-nighter, because I feel like it. And I don't need to, but I want to. So that's where we're at. I thought I would do a little cute little update to tell you all how we're doing. 9 hours to have it 10 hours before the deadline. This is how we're doing. Current state of affairs. Been crocheting for hours. My fingers hurt. I've been watching Love is Blind, and I'm going insane, but I'm surviving. I'll check back in with you when the application time comes around, or if anything crazy happens.
At this point in the night, I was really just looping Deftones and Radiohead and any Adventure Time soundtracks just to get through this, and I was being extremely dramatic, so you would gradually see me devolve into insanity throughout the night.
It's currently 3:02 a.m. I'm running on my leftover Chinese food and a cup of espresso because I am too stressed to go to bed, and I'm afraid that I might sleep through the deadline. Well, it opens at 9, but girl, I'm gonna be in there like I'm buying tickets for a K-pop concert. I've been working on this guy for nearly 8 hours straight, and I'm not done with him, and my finger hurts. It feels like I'm gonna get early onset arthritis or something. And my mental state is dwindling. Like I said, I'm running on 2 cups of caffeine today, technically, but we're getting there. I'm stressing. I'm gonna be okay though, and I'll get through this either way. But for now, we're panicking, and my thumb hurts, and I'm gonna force myself to finish this guy because I want to. And is that the smart thing? No. I'm doing it anyway, so suck my nards. It's 5 a.m. I'm running on nothing, a dream or two. 我是苦难. I finished it. Look at her, she's beautiful in every single way. I have 4 hours. 4 hours until I can submit my portfolio.
It was at this moment that I became an unrecognizable shell of the woman I once was, and I could no longer look myself in the face and recognize the person I'd become, because I had been sleep deprived. And I even started talking in Chinese for no perceivable reason other than I could. So enjoy some of these clips that are like a little funky, for sure.
Are any of us funny? What is the purpose of reality? I'm hallucinating people everywhere I go in my house. 可是现在我不是很好，我非常不好，我太累了。Oh. 1 hour left. I did not get a wink of sleep last night. But, hopefully, I hope everything goes well. 'Cause I gaslit myself into thinking my 2-hour TikTok break was a little nap. I got up out of my bed and I felt rejuvenated. I was like, I slept for 24 hours. Ain't nothing but a thing. Nothing to see here. Just a girl taking a 24-hour nap. And totally not taking a nap. And just laying in her bed and scrolling TikTok. I'm okay. I'm just delirious right now. I can't be doing this. I look like Paul Dano from this angle. I can't do it anymore.
One hour later.
Just submitted my application. Let's go! But here, guys, here's the thing. There wasn't nearly as much information on that little questionnaire as I thought there would be. I came out of that experience telling myself positive affirmation. I'm on the call with my friend. I'm like, oh my god, we've got to refresh the page so we can get in there. I have them make a portfolio and everything, and fill out an answer sheet of potential questions they might ask on this application. And they don't ask any questions like that. It's crazy. In 2 weeks, I was able to get 11 new pieces to my portfolio. Let me count out how many I have total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 pictures technically, but one of them is duplicate, so it's like 24. But I'm like scraping by on the skin of my teeth. I am a broken woman. After this event, I've become a broken woman. And I never want to see the light of day again, and I'm gonna throw myself down a hole and die. Yeah. I'll check back with you in a month when we find out whether or not we've gotten accepted. See you next time. Bye.
Believe it or not, I did not actually close out this video with heart hands. I kept on talking, and I'm just gonna let it play so you guys can listen to the inner workings of my mind, which is a mystery to even myself.
And I will sit here. That's my trait. I will sit here in front of the camera and I will speak. And sometimes I won't even speak, but I'm gonna make myself look through it later. So isn't that exciting? Oh my god, me from the future? You're so sexy, me from the future. Oh my god, don't flatter me. Oh my god, why would you say that? Me from the future, that's crazy. Or why would you say that? Oh my god, you need to be arrested. Please stop that. Actually, you're making me uncomfortable on a physical level. Please stop. Oh my god, the tension between me right now and me from the future is crazy. Oh my god, me from the future. Oh my god. Like, I can tell you that you're looking at my lips right now. That's crazy right now. Like, stop staring at my lips unless you want to kiss them. Me from the future. Wouldn't it be crazy if you did that? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh my god. Don't tempt me. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Me, because you will be cutting this out of the video.
Many, many unbearable moments later.
Got the email back from them. Are you guys ready? Because I'm not ready. This is good. I won the first round. I'm gonna go do my homework now, and hopefully things will go well.
The road to success has many ups and downs. In the 25 hours I spent crocheting, 12 hours I spent drawing, and God knows how many hours I spent watching Love is Blind, I've learned that I'm someone who works well under pressure, and that it's really more than just a myth that you'll start to hallucinate if you deprive yourself of sleep for a long enough time. But I encourage all of you to go after the things that you want to do. After all, the mountain to get there isn't always as insurmountable as it initially seems. Thanks for sticking around for all 25 minutes, and if you want to see more, go watch my vlog when it comes out in a week.